Hi guys and welcome to Superhype. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the women's North Face Superhype jacket. This jacket's going to be perfect for your light hiking, your Duke of Edinburgh, or if you're just after a jacket just to have thrown in the bottom of your rucksack. Before I go through the features of the jacket, I'm going to talk about obviously the key spec. Obviously the jacket is Gore-Tex, which means it's 100% waterproof and lifetime guaranteed. As long as you take care of the Gore-Tex will take care of you. On the actual outside, the material is made out of a ripstop. So basically, if you were to say snag the jacket in 4 places, say on the front or on the back of the jacket, no matter what sort of pressure you actually put on that tear, it will just stay within those 4 squares. Which means when you get back to base camp or your campsite, stitch it up, seal it up, and away you go. Right, so let's go through the features, shall we? Obviously, the standard feature. You've got a nice pull string in the bottom there, yet again either side, so you can pull that in, and then obviously so if it's really windy, really rainy, pull that in. That works really well if you wear a pair of over trousers. Basically just lets the water glide off. Also helps prevent any wind chill from going up there. You have Velcro cuffs, so basically these are designed to obviously for your full adjustment. So yet again, if it's really windy, you can tighten them up around you. Yet again, if you've got a pair of gloves and it's just that little bit chilly, you can tighten them up around the gloves. Kind of gives you all one ecosystem, which is also really going to help at keeping your core temperature. And yet again, if you just want to just loosen them up, you don't want them too tight, away you go. You've pretty much got full control of everything on there. Right, so let's go through the pockets now, shall we? You have 2 pockets on the chest part here. Now these are nice and deep, so yet again nice and tall, so if you've got an OS map system, you can pop them in there. Yet again, they can take your mobile phone, your MP3 players, your GPS systems, pretty much anything like that. But as I say, pretty much storage starts from there and it ends from there, so you do have that whole section there as storage, which is really good. Yet again, that all ties in with the pit vents. So if I just show you on this model here. So, if you're gonna, do a good old challenge of a good old fast hike up Snowdon or, Ben Nevis, or if you're one of those guys that likes to do a bit of cross-country running, but, during the winter time, you've got the old pit vents there. Now this obviously is designed to work with obviously your body and all your movement. So obviously with the Gore-Tex membrane embedded and the breathability, even though it's really good obviously for fast movements, it's not the greatest. So having these pit vents just assures more ventilation going through your system and through your layering system to make it better for you. What you'll also notice as well is that there is a storm flap, which also obviously has the Gore-Tex lining on the inside, which gives you all the protection as well. I mean, even the zip itself is seamed, so even then that has some water resistance, but just having that Gore-Tex on the other side of it is a really good shout. And as I say, you've got both on each side there. Now, as you can see, it's got a nice high neck collar, so this works really well when it comes to reducing wind chill. So there's enough room in there if you have a chute, a buff, or even a scarf. You zip it up to your neck, and there's a lot of room in there, so it's not going to cause any choking or anything like that. It's not going to feel tight around your neck. As I say, it's all about reducing the wind chill, stop you from getting a stiff neck. Also, it really helps with keeping your core body temperature as well. So that's pretty much the front part of the jacket, or actually, nearly forgot. What I will mention as well is there's pulley systems on here. Basically, you've got the pull systems in there, and these basically adjust the hood, which I will now talk about. So if I just flip this round. Now the hood system itself is pretty standard. You do have a back toggle in the back there, and that works with the 2 front togs that I showed you earlier in the video. Now basically, adjusting those togs enables the actual hood itself to actually fit and mold around you. So rather than a generic hood that kind of just stays there, once you tighten them all up, the hood will go left, right, up, down, and it will move with all your head movements. What also is beneficial for actually adjusting the hood is the peak. Now once you've adjusted the hood, the peak will sit raised on the actual top of your head. Now basically the way that this works is it actually stops the water from flapping down and going into your face. So it stops it basically, should we say, from doing that. And that's only purely from the adjustments that you've made with all the toggle systems. So once that's all up in place, you can see where you are, you can see where you need to go, and you can also see where you've been. So it gives you really clear vision. Also, just to talk about the back part, obviously you've got the ripstop material on the way through. What you can also see is this lining system and these cut systems here. This basically gives the jacket an ergonomic fit. So if you've got say, a North Face 100 weight fleece on top, size 12, this jacket here is a size 12 North Face. The actual cut of the fleece and the cut of the jacket actually interlink with each other, giving you a lot better system actually on the inside. and yet again, all obviously to do with the layering system. So that's really good for, you know, in the wintertime, that system and that fit is going to keep you warm when it's cold, and in the summertime, it's going to keep you nice and cool when it's sunny. So right, so that's the outside of the jacket. What I'm going to do is just show you the inside. Obviously, you've got a nice taped seam as well on the actual front part of the jacket. And you also have a Gore-Tex flap seam as well. So the waterproofing and the windproofing is really good on there. Obviously this jacket really is aimed at the lightweight market. So your lightweight backpacker, your lightweight hiker, as I say, if you want to make your Duke of Edinburgh silver or gold nice and lightweight, this is definitely a jacket to look out for. And because of that, it really is the bare minimum on the inside. Now obviously you have the mesh panels on here. This is to work with the actual pit vents. So rather than them just being a gaping hole and then nothing else there, just having that there, obviously you use that with the pockets, just aids the ventilation a lot better, and obviously that's the backing for the pockets as well. But other than that, you've got a pretty much a standard, just a shell jacket. As you can see, all the seams have been taped, so it is fully waterproof and works brilliantly with the Gore-Tex. So yeah, as I say, it's a great all-round lightweight jacket from North Face. For any more information, please visit us at simplyhike.co.uk.